What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Friday. Let's get that Friday energy going on. Hopefully, you guys got a good weekend lined up. In today's video, we're going to be pulling some shards here just to complete the Summon Rush event that's part of this Princely Titan event. Our initial plan is to go for the 5-star soul on both our accounts. For Folan Silverhart, it's kind of up to you guys whether you guys think it's enough value for Folan. Personally speaking, 5-star is going to benefit him quite a lot. And I think he's a decent enough champion that I think I want to probably invest in him a little bit. Now, going for a 5-star soul means that you have to get 1,500 points out of the total 1,750 points, which means you can only skip 250 points. In order to do that, you basically have to participate in shard pulling events. I do have shards ready to pull, so it's not a big problem for me. And the events I basically do just by being active in the game. So this Titan event is not going to be too much of a stretch for me to do. Obviously, for your own account, you have to make your own decisions about whether it's worth it or not. Definitely assess your own account, and if it's not worth it, then enjoy your couple days off or couple weeks off. We do have the Skull of Treason here for the tier 4 or milestone 4 reward. Not a bad relic for HP burners. The ones that stand out to mind is like somebody like Artak, somebody that might be used still for like wave clears and stuff like that. So the Skull of Treason would speed up your your clear runs, for example, for like Ice Golem with Artak. So not a bad relic, but in general, it feels like HP burners maybe have fallen off a little bit, especially with PvP and Mercurial and all that. But for PvE, HP burn still pretty decent. 3-star for Folan, still okay. You get the extra attack. You don't get the crit damage or the accuracy, which is very important for him. But 600 points here for the Titan points for a Titan event shouldn't take you guys too much effort over 2 weeks. The other big thing I am anticipating next week that we are seeing some pretty juicy events, most likely. I'm thinking probably for a champion. So if there's any big juicy events for like a champion next week, I'll probably participate in it. And yeah, like I said, there's a lot of things to spend resources on in this game, so you really gotta make your own decision for your own account. For the Summon Rush that just went live a couple hours ago, you can kind of see here there is 300 points available in the Summon Rush. It's broken up into 50, 100, and 150. So if you want to get the 5-star soul, the minimum you have to do in this Summon Rush is the 50, which is only 2 sacred shards. So if you only have 2 sacred shards for this, and you want to save up all your other shards and resources for next weekend's summon event or next week's events, that's a very viable strategy. Next week, it should be on rotation a champion chase with the 2x voids. If it sticks to that, that's a pretty good event. 2x voids on a champion chase is very good value. A lot of people will pull. You're gonna get points relatively easily. We do have our new rotation of Grim Forest, so you probably get some remnant summons also. But committing to just this 1000 means that you will have to complete every single event remaining in the Titan event. So there's no skipping of anything, no missing anything. The thing that comes to mind is that potentially midweek next week could be a Deck of Fate. Plarium likes to do that during Titan events. Now, in the past, they've done Deck of Fates with like gear plus Titan events. They won't do a Deck of Fate with a champion plus Titan points. So my thinking is that the Deck of Fate next week, if it happens, most likely will be a lower value Deck of Fate. It's not going to be a high value guaranteed champion Deck of Fate, most likely. So I'm thinking if there's an event to skip for me, it might be that. And usually in the last couple Deck of Fates, they put 100 Titan points in there. So I think the strategy for myself, for my accounts, is I'm going to go for the 150 points here in this Summon Rush. So 150 points is going to cost 5 Sacred Shards and 250 Mystery Shards. So effectively, you're pulling an extra 3 Sacred Shards to secure this 100 points here so that you don't have to participate in a Deck of Fate potentially. Or you can use this 100 points as a little bit of extra flexibility for next weekend's champion chase, potentially. Right, so it just gives you a little bit of flexibility. Also, the 150 blossom points here is actually the most cost-effective option. It's just more cost-effective than 1,000 for 50 or 5,700 for 300. So that's kind of my rationale here. So I'm going to pull 5 sacred shards on both my accounts. This lets me continue on for the 5-star soul while giving me a little bit of flexibility to skip a deck of fate next week if it happens. And it also utilizes my stash of sacred shards, which I've been saving up for a lot, so I might as well just use them. This one, 5,700, that's a little bit expensive. It's going to be 11 plus sacred shards here for 300 of these points. Pulling 11 sacred shards here probably allows you to skip next week's with next weekend's event, whatever it may be, almost in its entirety. It's most likely going to be 300 points next weekend, just the same as this event, this Summon Rush. But you still have to participate in a deck of fate if it shows up. But if you do all 300, it gives you 250 points of flexibility to skip if needed. So anyways, guys, with all that said, let's jump into this. So I'm just going to go and jump into the polls here. We do have a progressive event happening. I got 54 sacred shards on my alt account. Varkos is the headline. Well, not the headline, but he's kind of like the new champion here that probably people don't have. So I'm going to go for him. And he's very good champion. If you guys haven't checked out my showcase for him, make sure you guys do that. Very, very nice champion. And then, of course, Daithi here. Very, very good epic. Seeker is also a good epic. Either one would be fine for me. So yeah, we're going to do this. And we're going to do 5 sacred shard pulls here. Let's see if we can get lucky. All right. Not sure about mercy or anything like that. Probably pretty close. I don't know. It's sacred shards. I don't really put too much stock into these shards. It's like if they pull a Lego, they pull a Lego. So far, nothing. Hellgazer. Trivia question was my first epic I ever pulled in Raid Shadow Legends. So there you go. Hellraiser. I remember asking, is she good? No, she's not. She's terrible. Now, this is a good epic. Tagore, very good epic, especially if you need him for Faction Wars. Brings the revive, of course. All right, we're on our 4th Sacred Shard. Still nothing. 6% rates. Struggling in Raid Shadow Legends. And our last Sacred Shard for this account. 5 sacred shards, 5 epics. Oh man. It's yeah, it's the same story. It's the same old story, but you know what? I think that's pretty decent value. I think our strategy kind of makes sense. We're pulling 5 here, and it potentially gives us the option to skip a deck of fate next week if it's kind of like low value. And we have plenty of sacred shards to go around, so not a big risk for us to spend a couple extras just to give us that little bit of flexibility. Let's hop over to the main account. We'll do some pulls over there. Maybe we'll get lucky over there. All right, guys, hopping over to the main account here. On this account, we are staring at 80. We are staring at 80 sacred shards here on this account. Same kind of strategy. We're going to be pulling 5 of the sacred shards just to hit the 150 milestone. And then, yeah, like I said, it's going to give us a little bit of flexibility for next week. Next week is going to be where most of the points are going to be. Like this week is 750. Next week it's going to be 1,000 Titan points. All right, let's pull our 5. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Hey, we got gold on this account. Let's go. Helikath, welcome to the crew. Helikath, one of the best all-time fusions. I remember when this guy was a fusion, he was considered probably the best fusion at that time. Definitely game-changing fusion champion at that time. I mean, still extremely strong champion, especially if you pull this guy early on. Brings a 4-turn AoE block damage. This allows him to be built into clan boss teams for Ultra Nightmare. So if you guys have this guy, definitely look into building those Ultra Nightmare clan boss teams. But he's also just generally a progression like monster. He has a big shield here, so you can protect your whole team. It's also an attack. And he brings an A1 weaken. Again, very good for places like, you know, single target bosses like clan boss. He can provide you that weekend while also providing your team with the block damage. You can also build him in arena. Arena can be very interesting. We did see a little bit of a resurgence for Helikath when live arena first started. So we were seeing damage builds for Helikath. He can actually dish out a decent amount of damage because whenever an ally gets hit when they're under block damage, he counterattacks in, and then he'll, you know, slice through quite a bit of weaker champions with all those hits coming in. But yeah, very good champion overall. Not really super important for me, but if you guys pulled this guy early, congratulations. He's a huge champion. All right, let's move on. We got 4 more sacred shards here. Can we get lucky again? Oh my God, back to back. Crazy. It's very hard to do, guys. 6%, 6%. There we go. We got Tholan Foulbeard. He's a really good champ. I really like this guy. He's going to be free on some brand new accounts. I forgot what promo code it is, but he's going to be free. And he's an extremely good candidate for one of those free codes to use. He's an awesome wave clearing champion. He's got an AoE A1, not 100% chance to land the weekend or anything like that, but just really strong wave clear. He's got the A1 AoE. He's got an A2 single target double hit, has ignore defense on this with attack scaling on a 3-turn cooldown. And then his A3, it's a double hit AoE. He self buffs himself with increased attack. He ignores unkillable, ignores shield buffs, and damage scaling here for each crit. It's actually a very awesome ability on his A3. His passive, very nice for some additional damage. Also, he activates the Demon Breaker, which is his A1, every 5th turn this champion takes. So it's just kind of passive damage there. Really good for longer fights, so pretty decent against Hydra. But yeah, all those AoEs, self-buffing, lots of damage scaling on his kit makes him a solid choice. He also has this cool ability on his A2 here, where each hit decreases the target's attack by 5%. So this actually softens up the hits from bosses or single target enemies. And you'll realize the value of this over, a longer duration fight, for example, like Clan Boss. So pretty good, right? He brings a lot in his overall kit. Obviously, not going to be super important for me, but if you pick this guy up early on, he's a freaking massive champion. But yeah, back-to-back Legos here on this account. Really, really lucky. 6% chance each. Very difficult to hit. But let's see if we got any more in the tank. There we go. We got Dithey. We got our Epic Progressive. Probably looking to +4 our second Dithey at some point. Let's go. We got this one and one more. Can we get lucky again? 6% chance. We're at 25x for Varkos. That would be nice if we could just pull him right now and save us all the trouble. Nope, not this time. There it goes. Corpse Collector. We pulled 5 on this account, down to 75. And we got 2 Legos. I mean, we're pretty happy about that. Those Legos don't really do anything for us since those factions are actually full up as well. Let's see, dwarves. Yeah, we got a lot of dwarves. Folan, this is our second copy. And then Helicath. It's our third copy of Helicath, so I can +2 my Helicath if I wanted to. My account is year 6, and I'm looking into finally empowering most of my champions. My faction guardians is almost finished. I got 6 on Bannerlords, which is really weird. Of all the, it's only 6. Ogren's only 4. And Sylvan Watchers is at 6. Everything else is finished. So my faction guardians is pretty much full on 12 out of 15 of the factions. So, well, I guess Argonites, but Argonites, yeah, we got none there. So 12 out of 16, but 12 out of 15 of the old factions. So basically, a lot of Legos I pull now are just going to be, empowerment food. So 6-year account, without spending money on shards or anything like that, then finally starting to throw champions into empowerment. So I'm still pretty careful about empowering champions. I basically empower champions that I use, and I just don't empower them for the sake of empowering them. So even though some champions I can empower, like for example this Helicath, I can instantly empower him. I don't, because right now I don't use Helicath in any kind of capacity. And you really want to be careful about empowering champions, because they could always release a champion that requires an old champion to empower. For example, like Predator and Pytheon, right? Like, what if you empower your Pytheon all the way and now you don't have any Pytheons to empower your brand new Predator? Just an example, right? So for me, I never empower champions unless I'm going to use them in some kind of serious capacity, like for PvP. So I just basically hold on to them in the event that they are used for future champions. Very, very small chance, very unlikely, but hey, that's kind of how I play the game. I play the game extra cautiously and use resources only when I absolutely have to. But Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully it was informative. Hopefully it was helpful for you guys. Like I said, I tried to go over my strategy on what I'm going to do for the Summon Rush and how to get the 5-star Folan Soul with as little difficulty as possible. We did get lucky here today with 2 legendary pulls, but that's not going to be the case a lot of times. We got very lucky, 6%, 6%. And yeah, we decided to go for 150 points. It gives us the flexibility for next week. We can still skip 100 points from the remaining Titan events, and that flexibility only costs us 3 sacred shards. It's not a big deal. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching until the end, guys. Hopefully you guys pulled something nice. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are planning to do for the Folan 5-star soul. And actually, I want to direct your attention here to this poll that we had yesterday. A little bit surprising. This is going to be the last thing in the video, I promise. But yeah, from you guys, we got about 4,000 votes here. How many people are going for what level soul? We have most people either not caring about the Titan event or going for the 3-star soul. 3-star soul, it's going to be minimal effort, no shards needed. So that kind of makes sense. So yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think this is probably something that is expected. I would be very surprised if everyone was going for the 5-star soul, and I would be very surprised if everyone was going for nothing. So this makes sense, but always interesting to see. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for watching until the end. Have a great Friday. Have a great start to your weekend if I don't catch you guys. And yeah, best of luck, and I'll see you guys in the next video.